Hi everyone, welcome to another video of Dynamic 365. In this video, I'll be introducing you to Customer Service Workspace and Omnichannel. Before moving ahead in this video, let's have a look at the content of the video. In this video, we'll be having a brief introductions to Customer Service Workspace, and then we'll be introducing you to Omnichannel. We'll be creating channels for it, and then we'll configure a new work stream and configure a new chat widget. So without any delay, let's jump into the customer service workspace and let's get started. Now, this is the homepage of customer service workspace. As we know that the customer service application helps organizations to manage their customers, track their cases, and provide services. All these are done by the customer service agent. This customer service workspace is the application which helps the agents to open multiple sessions in a single workspace. Just by clicking on it, we can see that this dashboard opens to all the active cases where the agent can see all his active cases. Now let's take an example. If our agent wants to see all the cases which has the status of in progress, he'll just filter it and he will be able to see all the cases which has the in progress status, and he can open all the cases in multiple session. In this case there are three cases, and he can open all the three cases in three different sessions, and he can compare all the information, and thus it will improve the productivity of the agent. Now moving ahead and coming to Omnichannel. What is Omnichannel? It's an application which extends the power of Dynamic 365 customer service, because it not only helps organizations to engage the customer but also connect it with various channels. It could be a voice channel, it could be SMS, or it could be a live chat. It also helps the agents to connect with the customer with various channels. Let's take an example. Here we can see that there is a case which asks for the cleaning of a coffee machine. So if this customer is has chosen the live chat channel, then and there the customer service agent will get the notification for his live chat, and he can connect with the customer and provide the resolution then and there, and thus it can be resolved in the real time. Now we get sufficient information about Omnichannel. So just have a look at the Omnichannel dashboard. Now we are going to create channels for Omnichannel. For that, we have to switch to Customer Service Admin Center. Now by switching on it, we have to create a new channel. So under customer support, we are going to click on channels. As we know, there are various channels like record, chat, and messaging. In this particular video, we'll be focusing on chat channel. So we have to click on chat. For the chat, we have to click on manage. Sorry. Now from here we can add a chat channel, since we know that the Dynamic 365 offers a fully featured first pattern sorry first party chat capabilities to the agent so that they can support their customer. What is happening actually, all the transcripted information from the Copilot Studio or previous information of the customer or the previous survey, all the information is provided to the live agent so that he will fully understand the case and the customer, and accordingly he can provide the services. Not only that, these chat channel also help the agent to choose the languages according to the customer's requirement. Sometimes the customer need any video or audio or demonstration of any product, that can also be done with the help of these chat channel. So let's move ahead and create this chat channel, what which can be derived by just adding a in chat channel new chat channel name, providing language. Since we are going to create a chat channel, so automatically by choosing on next we can create a new chat channel. Before moving ahead, I just wanted to discuss some amazing features of this chat channel. The main and the most common feature which we can relate to is that as soon as the customer required any request, that can be easily and quickly responded by the customer with the help of this chat channel, which is called as quick response. Now if any agent want any customers priority requirement or customer previous information, that can also be provided by this chat channel. Now, in the big organization, some managers also wanted to have a look at the conversation between the customer and the agent, so that he can avoid any mistake, which is called as bargaining, can also be done with the help of these chat channel. Now we can see how vast these chat channel have and how many features do they carry. Now, if you can relate that sometimes while talking to the customer, the agent realizes that this customer need any technical support, so he can switch the conversation to the technical support team, so that the customer can be fully satisfied. Now we have understood the vast features of channel. Let's move ahead to the next step, which is creating a work stream. We can create a new work stream for the channel, or we can add this particular chat channel to the existing work stream. But first the question arises, what is a work stream? You can understand workstream in the simplest form, that we can assume that workstream is a kind of a big empty box, where according to your requirement you can put various channel. It could be a submission of single channel, it could be a single channel of various chat channel, or it could be a mixed combination of chat, message channel, or a voice channel. This all depending upon the type of work and the agent's requirement. So let's move ahead and create a new work stream. Now, after understanding workstream, let's move ahead to the next concept, which is persistent chat. In persistent chat, it's not important for the customer and agent to be online at the same time. The customer can anytime close and rejoin again, and the thread will be the same, and thus the agent can get the information from there only. Next, move ahead in the work distribution mode. There are two modes: one is push and then the pick. In the mode, the incoming conversation will be automatically assigned to the agent depending upon the capacity and availability of the agent. Not only that, the agent can also pick the open work item from the unassigned work. Now, coming to the pick mode. In the pick mode, the incoming conversation will directly go to the open work order section of the dashboard of the agent, where the agent can pick the any conversation depending upon he wants to work on. Next, move ahead after defining the work distribution mode. There is another concept, which is a fallback queue. This is another amazing concept, which says that if any work order path is not defined, it will go directly to the fallback queue, where either the path will be defined. There are two modes through which we can define the path. Either we can create a new path for that particular work order, or we will choose the existing path for the work order. Now, in both the option we can choose depending upon our requirement. I have chosen the existing one, and then after defining that, we'll move towards the next section. Now, next stage is chat visit. The first few fields are related to the physical appearance of the chat visits, like title, subtitle, theme color, logo. Now, agent name. For that, we can select in what form we want our agent name to be displayed. It could be a full form, full name, first name, last name, whatever our requirement is there, we can select it. And next, according to our requirement, we can select the widget position also. Next come the proactive chat. If we are enabling proactive chat, that means the proactive chat enables the customer service agents to automatically write the chat to the customer. Obviously, it could be done under some confined rules, but this proactiveness helps to engage customer and provide satisfaction to our customer. But the customer service agent has to be well prepared, that they have to understand when to send the invitation, and for that they have to analyze that what amount of time the customer has spent on the site, and what is its requirement, what is its time frame. After understanding all these details, the customer service agent can sell invitation to the customer. After sending invitation, if the customer doesn't accept the chat invitation, then it will automatically be closed. But if the customer has accepted the invitation, in that scenario the active conversation will be activated, and there will be a conversation between the customer and the agent. But there could be a scenario where due to network issue or some other problem, the network can be disconnected. For in that case, the agent can definitely reconnect with the customer through a link. But in that scenario, the customer should be totally verified or authenticated. In that case, the authentication means the customer should ID should be verified. And it is important for the agent also, because he must have the confidence that he is talking to the customer who already exists. So one scenario is that we he can share through the link, or he can share to the prompt also, or he can redirect through the link, and thus he can engage the customer, and thus the customer satisfaction is provided. Now after selecting proactive chat, we'll click on the next stage, and we are good to go to the next stage. Now next comes the behavior page. In this page, we select all the features which we like to auto perform when the customer start the chat. First thing comes is the first feature we are talking about is custom automated message. Through this, we can say automatically send messages through any of the channel. The channel could be SMS, voice, or social media. Any channel we can say automated message. But the automated message tab enables you to a specific channel or a local specific text. We can activate, deactivate, or customize the customer and the agent who are facing these messages. Now how to add these automatic message? For that, it's a very simple process. We have to just add message, and we have to add the trigger through when, at which trigger the message should appear. Like if I add the trigger as agent joined the conversation, then it should be a welcoming message. Then it could be hello, hi, or a good morning. Any kind of greeting should be there. So I'm just writing a hello, and then confirm. After doing confirm, then this automatic trigger will appear whenever the agent will join the conversation. At that particular trigger, a automatic message hello will be appeared. Now if you want to understand what all are the messages saved in our system, so for that, we just have to go to the customer setting under customer support. Here you can see automatic message, and when we click on manage, we can see that how all the text and what are the trigger, and these message are already saved in our system. We can select any of the system, and if you want to edit the system, we can just write whatever. We can change the language, and we can change the respond, or we can change that at what trigger what response should be there. Now we understand what is automatic message. Now move to the next feature. Now, after customer automated message, the next feature we are going to talk about is pre-conversation survey, as the name suggests. Before the conversation, we can add some survey, which is some question related to the customer. It could be the personal information. For that, we just have to add some detail, that which kind survey questions information, what is the question. We can ask for the full name, and according to the question we can select the answer type. It could be a single line, and is it important, it is required or not, and then we are going to confirm it. Similarly, the next feature, now after the survey question, next comes the post conversation survey. As the name suggests, after the completion of the conversation, these survey need to be added. And similarly, next come authenticating setting. It is the authentication is when we add the authenticating setting. That means sorry, we are authenticating the customer at a particular domain. That means the customer is verified. And what does it mean? That means we know the customer and we validate it. And it if we are trying to create any route, so we can specify a different route for authenticated and non authenticated customer. It is same like if we are going to purchase from a shop which is known to us, and the buyer also knows, so there is a different advantage for us if we are going to buy to a known source. So that same is in this scenario also, if we know the customer, then there is a different confidence for the agent. Now moving ahead, next is the customer wait time, which gives two option, which helps to select. Either we can select the ask the agent if we are selecting the show position in the queue. That means we are telling the customer what is his position for the in the wait list in the for the agent. And second, if we are selecting the show average wait time, then it gives the information to the customer that what is the wait the average wait time before the connection with the agent. Now moving ahead, the last feature, which is customer location detection, which tells that gives the information of the customer location, which will only enable when the customer is ready to share its location. And for this particular feature, we need to have a Bing map and a Bing API. Now we got all this information. Now we are going to the next step. Now, after the behavior setting, we are going ahead with the next stage, which is the user feature, which these features can be used by the agent and customer during the chat session. The first feature which I'm going to talk about is the file attachment, which by enabling this feature, the customer and agent both can add file attachment. We can select according to our requirement. Either we can allow customer or we can allow agent according to the requirement, or we can allow both of them to add file attachment. We can even compress and modify the size of the file in the advanced setting, which we will be understanding in the next video. Next, moving ahead in the customer notification, where we can notify the customer about the incoming message. Either we can notify it with the number of message showing by the number of message, or we can notify the customer by playing the sound if a new message arrives. Next is the conversational transcript. In by enabling this feature, the we allow the customer to either download the transcription chart, or he can email it, or he can send the transcripted chat through the mail. After defining all these features, we are going ahead with the next stage, which is review and finish. And after that, we are ready to create our own new channel. And thus, by these simple steps, we have created our own chat setup. It could take a couple of seconds, and at the end, our new channel will be created. Now, after chat channel is created, we are done, and thus a new chat channel has created. Now, after understanding the whole process of creating a chat widget, now let's see a demo of how a chat widget look like. We have defined in the chat widgets what will be the color of the border, what will be the headline, which is let's chat. In this, we can see there are first name, last name, and phone number. These are the pre-conversational survey question. And finally, we can, if we agree for this, then we'll say submit. Next thing which I like to share is the next slide, where you can see in this chat visit, we can see there are two options. One, we can download the transcript, and other, we can mail the transcript. In the user feature, we have understand that how we can download and email our transcript. Not only that, we can send our transcript. These are a demo version, which will be easy for you to visualize how this chat widget work like and how does it look like. Hopefully this video will be useful for you. Stay fit, stay healthy. Thank you.